Libra, hi. So this is going to be a reading for the month of August 2026. And I'll do the reading for you and then I'll close it off with a oracle card. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended. At the end of the video, you can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. You can see Juno's tail back there wagging. Oh, my girls. So the girls are with me, both of them back there. So, it's just us girls today. Let's see. The overall energy for the reading, the World card. Completion of a cycle, I would say, is, yeah, running through here. I think you're done with something, and that would be that completion. But it's kind of coming through as I'm over it, or yeah, I think I outgrew this, or it's just kind of, to some extent, kind of a given. Starting off the reading, you get the Six of Pentacles crossed by the High Priestess. Okay, you're feeling good about something here. There's an energy exchange that you're showing me, and based off of this energy exchange, you're telling me, I got a good feeling about this one. Okay. And your focus, the Emperor. I'm 50-50 on this. Can't tell if this is your energy in the sense of kind of kicking yourself a little bit to get up and go and do, and you know, like, okay, we gotta, like, let's do this kind of a thing, or if it's just somebody else that's very important to you. I don't know, but we'll see. In the recent past, the Ten of Wands, a little bit of heaviness, a little bit of difficulty. In your strength, the Chariot, you're kind of going with the flow though. So even if things get challenging and tough, and you know, even in those times, you're like, okay, yeah, it is what it is. Let's go. For the immediate future, the King of Cups. That's a lot of love there. There's an energy of a big amount of love in there that shows up for you. Supporting this reading, the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, you're showing up balanced. You know, just steady on your feet, just kind of doing your thing. The energy that surrounds you, and you may not be aware of it, the Fool. You really do have a good feeling about something. I'm trying to figure out if it's something you just started or something that's been there, but it comes through with this fresh energy attached to it, like, okay, this is starting to shape up into something. This is good. In your hopes and fears, the Ten of Swords. That's where that energy of I'm over it shows up. You know, where you might drop something, you might kind of figure out, hey, this is no longer needed. Okay, in the potential outcome, the Temperance card. Patience is showing up, tied up to something, but it shows up in the way of your patience is being rewarded or something like that. Let's clarify. Let me do the World card. The Ace of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Eight of Swords. Yeah, there's, okay, completion of a cycle that leaves room for something new to begin. And it is. It's a fresh energy that's kind of flying around here. You're coming through with, yeah, but I have questions, you know, like, okay, what kind of questions? Because the energy is new, everything looks good about it, but then you're still coming through with the sense of, I have questions. But you have questions for you in this one. So I don't know what those questions are, because there's, you know, it shows up almost like a small, tiny delay or complication, because I need to ask myself these questions. Okay, not necessarily problematic. Well, let's see the Six of Pentacles. The Nine of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the Three of Pentacles. Alrighty. Okay, so there is a partnership here. It does look like it's working out. There seems to be a disruption to the flow of this partnership. I don't know where that disruption is coming from, though. From when I look in the direction of you here, I'm seeing a pretty decent amount of an energy that says, I got a good feeling about this. It's a nice partnership, right? I'm trying to look in the direction of the other side of this partnership. Everything's good there. I'm seeing a disruption in the middle. What's going on there? If this is a good one and it feels good to both parts, then what's the disruption to the flow? For the High Priestess, you get the Ten of Wands, the Star, the Two of Swords. One of you, and I think it's you, is stressing out a lot about something. Maybe the outcome of, if this is a partnership, maybe you're working with somebody on something. And maybe you're super stressed out about how that something's going to turn out, what's going to happen when you get to the end goal. I don't know. There's a lot of stress surrounding the destination, the end goal. And I think it's coming from you. It's like, you're not there yet. Why stress about it? You know? Like, these energies that I'm seeing attached to you right now are saying, I got a good feeling about this. Let's go. And then the stress that's coming over for when you get there is extra. I think that's the disruption to the flow here. Why worry about these things? You're not there yet, are you? Well, yeah, but I want it to be perfect when we get there. Well, trust that it will. And that's all you can do. Let me do the Emperor in your focus. The Six of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles, the Lovers. There's also a little bit of fear. You have this instilled within you. This type of kind of like, if I don't do it, who's gonna do it? Like, I'm sure there's gonna be somebody or nobody. It's fine if nobody does it. Well, no, it's gotta get done. Maybe it's not gotta. Who the hell knows? You carry this sense of, and that's where the fear lies. A tiny little fear attached to this. Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to do this with this person, but like, if they don't show up for it, I gotta step it up. So again, around the concept of, if I don't do it, nobody's gonna. It's a teamwork type of a thing. You gotta trust that they're gonna, well, they're not gonna do it as good as me. Then get out of this teamwork situation and do it by yourself. I don't know what to tell you. You can't participate in a teamwork setting with that type of a mentality, because that means you're taking a lot more on, and that takes everything off balance. It doesn't make it a team anymore, you know? So that's on you. That's your thing to look into. Why do you feel the need to take on more than you need to? You know? Let me do the Ten of Wands, because you're showing me them more than capable to participate in this, but then you're showing me your worry about, but what if they don't? For the Ten of Wands in the recent past, you get the Nine of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, the Seven of Wands. See, there's that sense of independence. I'm at this alone. I'm doing this. Oh my God, yay. But it's 10 times harder. Maybe that's why you're teaming up with somebody here. But even so, you're still at this alone, apparently. So you're showing me, yeah, it was harder. It was a little more difficult to get shit done that I needed to take care of. And now that, you know, I'm working in this team setting, it's way better. But if they don't show up, I still got to take charge. No, you can't, you know, these are two different things. There's one in which you function on your own. You got this, because you do. Yeah, is it hard? Yeah, fuck yeah, it is. But you still got it, you know. And then you decide, okay, I'm teaming up with somebody over whatever. Okay. Where's the team effort? It's there. I got a good feeling about it. Look at me go with this other energy by my side. But, you know, just in case, I'm always ready. In case, I don't know, they stumble, I don't know what happens, and I have to pick it up, right? Somebody has to. Why would it be you? That's somebody. Huh? Why? For the Chariot in your strength, you get the Six of Cups, the Knight of Swords, the King of Wands. Why do you... Yeah. In this one, it shows up fairly even-ish. Where's that need coming from? Where's that charge? Let's take charge. Let's, it's not let's be in control. It's not, well, ultimately it turns into that. But, it's down the road that it might turn into that. But for right now, it's that instinctual charge at things. And then to the point that you forget you have somebody by your side. That's where the issue is. Because the charge part is good. If you apply it with whoever and you both charge, it's good, But to the point that you forget they're even there, it's like, and then showing up at the end of it all like, I feel like I'm doing this by myself. Well, yeah, it's not problematic. I can't say, oh my God, watch it with this one. It can get problematic. That's why I'm pointing at this energy, because if you don't, keep it in check there, it might get problematic. For right now, it's not. The tendency is there. I'll do it. Is definitely, it's kind of like instilled within you. This whole, again, concept of who's gonna do that if I don't do it. Somebody will. Somebody will. And even if they don't, and it's okay. I keep on hearing you in my head, like, no. For the King of Cups in the immediate future, you get the Two of Pentacles, the Hangman, the Queen of Cups. That's the thing, because at some point, somebody's going to stop and question this whole partnership. Why is this partnership even here? What's the point of it? I don't know who's doing that. I would think the both of you, because this, when out of two, one has a tendency to take charge, both energies are going to feel that. So the lack of balance is going to be felt on both sides, one way or another. So I have a feeling this is both of you stopping in your tracks and asking, like, what are we doing here? Why are we together in this? Because, we could very well do this alone. And it's a little bit of shame, because the energies are super nice. Blending together, they're super, super nice. But somebody stops in that whole niceness of the energies and they're like, what the hell are we doing? Well, keep it even, people. Keep it even. You can't take it off balance and then ask, why isn't this balanced? Why isn't this working out? Nine of Pentacles in the supportive energies. You get the Five of Cups, the Ten of Cups, the Temperance card. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's instilled within you. This whole sense of independence, of taking charge, of, getting shit done, and it's there. You're pointing at your past, and you're kind of saying, I've always been like this. Okay. Is it fair for the relationships you're part of, though? Don't you think you're taking the lead there? Is there supposed to be any lead in these partnerships? Or is it supposed to be even to function, quite evenly? So you're kind of pointing out at yourself way back there in the past and saying, yeah, I've done that. Yeah, that's what I'm used to doing. Okay. Does that feel good? Does that feel like it's something that might benefit or interfere with your connections of any sort? Friendships, anything. Family dynamics, anything. When you pull out this card of, I'll take charge, I'll take care of this, I'll take care of that. Because again, down the road, it's turning into control then. We'll do things my way, even though it doesn't start off like that and it doesn't feel that way as you're doing it. For the Fool, in the hidden energies, you get the Nine of Cups, the High Priestess, the Empress. Okay, well, look, I know where you're coming from and your intentions are the best here, because you're like, but I know that's, you're not doing this to, I'll show them. No, it's not coming from ego or anything. It is coming from an awesome intention in your case. It just turns into something else if you don't keep a check on it there, Like, don't overdo it. and check what that need to take charge is for you, and if it's healthy for you, if it's good for you. You know, to some extent, I think some part of it, yeah, you should keep, to the extent of feeling independent and all of that. Yeah, sure. But like when it becomes a little problematic because it wants to take charge over everything and everyone, then we have an issue there. You know what I mean? Let me do the 10 of Swords in your hopes and fears. You get the 8 of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, the 4 of Pentacles. This is something you've been working on. Something you may have been passionate about for a little bit there. I don't see this long lasting though. It could be something you've tried to do, maybe even a hobby. I don't know, something you've been, yeah, that could be nice to do. And I think you did it for a while, but I think you're over it. And it's interesting because you are showing up in it as if I'm never going to get bored of this. Well, I think you're over it. I don't know if you're bored, but you're definitely looking like you're past it. You're done. Let me do the Temperance card and the potential outcome. The King of Swords, the Hermit, the Page of Swords. Yeah. I'm not sure what you're doing there. You're doing something. You're starting something off. Something that might take quite a while for it to complete. You've got everything you need in place, so if something is ahead for you that shows up as, oh, I'll start a business, or I'll do this or that or the other, you've got everything in place. You're good to go there to start that. It's just going to be a lengthy process, whatever that is, and I think you're also aware of that. It's funny about it because you're starting with quite a lot of momentum, and then you kind of, you know, pace yourself. There's almost a slowing down, and well, maybe it's the excitement of it that you're starting so strong, and then you're just kind of chilling as you go. So whatever that is, you're good to go for that. You got everything in place for it. So by all means, let me see what the universe has as a final advice for you. The 9 of Swords, the 5 of Pentacles, the 7 of Pentacles. Whatever you're kind of dealing with at the current time here that you're stressing about, you're showing me that, yeah, there's a lot more stress than you think about this, in the sense of, again, the end goal of where this is going to go, how it's going to end up, and things like that. Like you're trying to think 10 steps ahead, and the place that you're thinking from is not beneficial because it's very confusing and it's filled with fear. Like, oh my God, what's going to happen? Oh my God, what if we're not going to make it? Oh my God, da, 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 da. You know, it's not a beneficial way of looking at the situation. You're better off just bringing yourself back in the present moment. Get rid of that anticipation of thinking about the worst case scenario, and you're good to go there. Let me do the Shamanic Medicine Oracle. Fire. Yeah. Passion. Of course. Cast aside your fear of the flame and bring more warmth to your inner world. Fire spirits are the natural drivers behind attraction, lust, and desire. When you respect the spirits of fire and the flames they create, they protect you, your loved ones, and your possessions. Working with fire energy is an etheric sense is a great healing. As you invite fire into your life, imagine it raging through every part of your body, purging you of all negative influences. As the flames lick away old hurts, those wounds are replaced by a sacred glow. Acquaint yourself with fire by visiting a hot climate, walking barefoot on hot coals at a supervised fire walk, immersing yourself in the heart of a sweat lodge, or gazing at the flames of a candle. Your Kundalini is ready to be awakened. So is Juno. Yeah, take your time, baby girl. The motivating force of fire will reignite your passion and fuel your inner flame so you can claim your power and walk in your true light with might, vitality, and vigor. Fire revealed. Prometheus stole fire from the gods of on Mount Olympus and gave it to mankind to ensure their survival. Heraclitus, that's how Heraclitus, believed water and fire made the soul and likened enlightenment with becoming pure fire. Pyromancy. My God, these are words that I know in Romanian. I don't know them in this language. Pyromania. Pyromancy, divination by fire, was practiced at the temple of Athena. Fire deities exist through the world and include Kali, Astarte, and Pele. Celtic fire festivals such as Beltane honor the transformative power of fire. Other divinatory meanings. A fear of fire stems from a past life. A cold approach is attracting obstacles. Offer warmth to others to brighten your inner world. A renewed passion invokes the love you have been waiting for. The element of fire holds the strength you require. Fire speaks. Fire speaks. Call upon the spirit of fire. Invoke new courage and all you desire. My force will ravish fears and blithe. Ignite the flame of passion tonight. I hate names. I'm not good at names. I'm not good at numbers. You throw in weird names to read in English, I suck at it. But yay to fire. Anyways, that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time.